Sleep isn't just downtime, it's your body's secret broadcast. And when diabetes starts creeping in, it doesn't knock on the door. It sends quiet, after-dark signals, ones most people miss. But tonight, you'll learn to decode them. Imagine this. Your body is like a silent river by day. But at night, undercurrents stir, strange twinges, unexplained sweats, restless legs. These aren't random. They're the first ripples of something deeper, and if you ignore them, that quiet stream can become a flood. So let's pull back the curtain. Here are the 15 hidden signs your body reveals at night, warning you that diabetes might be the unseen culprit, and more importantly, what to do about it. Night sweats. You drift off, only to wake up drenched. Not from a nightmare, not from a hot room, but because your blood sugar is staging a midnight rebellion. When glucose levels plunge too low, your body panics, flooding your system with adrenaline. Your heart races, your sweat glands kick into overdrive. And suddenly you're tangled in damp sheets, wondering what just happened. But here's the twist. Diabetes doesn't just cause these sweats, it can also hide behind them. Nerve damage, a common diabetic complication, can scramble your sweat signals, turning a simple temperature glitch into a full-blown nightly ordeal. Before bed, check your glucose. If it's below 90, a spoon of peanut butter or a handful of nuts can steady the ship. Keep your room cool, around 65 degrees, 18 degrees. And if this keeps happening, that's your body's SOS. A simple HbA1c test can reveal if diabetes is the silent puppeteer. Leg cramps, deep in sleep, bam! Your calf seizes like a vice. You sit bolt upright, gripping your leg, waiting for the pain to pass. Sound familiar? These aren't just random cramps. They're your muscles screaming for minerals that diabetes steals away. Potassium, magnesium, calcium, but it gets worse. High sugar levels slowly poison the nerves in your legs. So when those damaged nerves misfire, your muscles lock up without warning. And if poor circulation joins the party, another diabetic specialty, your oxygen-starved legs revolt with even more spasms. Bananas, almonds, spinach, load up on these. Stretch your calves before bed like you're preparing for a marathon. And if cramps keep hijacking your nights, it's time to confront the real enemy, unchecked blood sugar. Restless legs, you're exhausted. But the second you lie down, your legs betray you. A creeping, crawling, maddening urge to move. You kick, you twist, you beg for relief. This isn't just annoyance, it's your nerves sending false alarms. Diabetes loves to tamper with nerve wiring, and when those damaged sensors misfire, your brain gets bombarded with fake signals, like a fire alarm with no fire. Even worse, it can hijack dopamine, the brain's movement manager, turning your legs into twitching prisoners of the night. Walk it off before bed. Just 10 minutes can calm jumpy nerves. Iron and magnesium are your new best friends. Hello, leafy greens and pumpkin seeds. And cut caffeine after noon. It's fuel for the restless leg rebellion. Sleep apnea, you snore. You gasp. You stop breathing dozens of times a night, and each time your body jerks awake in survival mode. But here's the terrifying link. Sleep apnea doesn't just ruin rest, it worsens diabetes. Every time your airway collapses, your oxygen levels crash, your stress hormones spike, and your insulin resistance, it skyrockets. It's a vicious cycle. Diabetes makes sleep apnea worse, and sleep apnea makes diabetes harder to control. Meanwhile, your heart strains under the pressure, edging you closer to hypertension and stroke. Drop extra weight. Even 10 pounds can unclog your airway. Sleep on your side, not your back. And if your partner hears you choking at night, a sleep study could save your life. Your body talks at night. And diabetes? It speaks in code. Night sweats, cramps, restless legs, they're not just nuisances, they're clues. Ignore them, and the problem grows. Decode them, and you take back control. Because here's the truth, diabetes is a master of disguise. But now, you know its tells. The question is, what will you do tonight? Nighttime urination, nocturia. You finally fall asleep after a long day, only to be yanked back to consciousness by that all-too-familiar pressure in your bladder. One trip turns into two, then three, until you lose count. This isn't normal. This is your body screaming that something's wrong. When blood sugar runs high, your kidneys work overtime like frantic bouncers trying to kick excess glucose out of your system. The result? A relentless cycle of urination that doesn't care if it's 3 a.m. But here's what makes it truly sinister. Every time you pee, you're not just losing water. You're draining precious electrolytes, leaving your body dehydrated and exhausted before the day even begins. And if diabetes has started damaging your kidneys, which happens silently over time, the problem becomes even worse. Damaged kidneys lose their ability to concentrate urine properly, turning what should be a peaceful night into a frustrating marathon of bathroom trips. The cruel irony? The more you pee, the thirstier you get, creating a vicious cycle that steals your sleep and sabotages your health. To fight back, start by retraining your hydration habits. Flood your body with water during daylight hours, then slowly taper off as evening approaches. Cut off all liquids 2 to 3 hours before bed. Yes, even that soothing cup of tea. And if you're still playing musical chairs with your toilet at night, it's time for a serious conversation with your doctor. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's one of your body's loudest warning signs. Unquenchable thirst. You drink glass after glass, but your mouth still feels like a desert. No matter how much water you guzzle down, that nagging thirst won't go away, especially at night when you should be sleeping. This isn't normal thirst. This is your body sending an SOS. High blood sugar turns your kidneys into overworked filters, desperately trying to flush out excess glucose through urine. But here's the catch. Every time they purge sugar, they take precious water with them. Your body, now dehydrated, sounds the alarm with relentless thirst. The cruel twist? The more you drink, the more you pee, trapping you in a maddening cycle of thirst and exhaustion. Left unchecked, this constant dehydration does more than just ruin your sleep. It throws your entire system into chaos. Electrolytes get thrown out of balance, your blood thickens, and your heart works harder just to keep you going. Worst of all, this unrelenting thirst is often one of the first red flags for diabetes, waving frantically while most people ignore it. The solution starts with breaking the cycle. Instead of chugging water at night, which only leads to more bathroom trips, focus on steady hydration throughout the day. Keep a water bottle handy and sip consistently. If you're still craving water like a man in the desert despite drinking, plenty, it's time to face the truth. Your body isn't just thirsty. It's begging you to check your blood sugar. Leg pain and numbness. It starts as a tingling, just a mild annoyance as you try to sleep. But soon it grows into sharp jolts of pain or worse, a terrifying numbness where you can't feel your legs at all. This isn't normal aging. This is diabetic nerve damage staging a nightly rebellion. When blood sugar runs high for too long, it acts like acid on your nerves, slowly eating away at their protective coating. The longest nerves, the ones running all the way to your feet, get hit hardest. At night, when you're still, the damage makes itself known through burning pain, pins and needles sensations, or the chilling absence of feeling altogether. Here's what makes it truly dangerous, that numbness isn't just uncomfortable. It's a ticking time bomb. Without normal sensation, a small cut can turn into a raging infection before you even notice. For people with diabetes, this nerve damage is the reason a simple blister can sometimes lead to unthinkable consequences. The battle starts with movement. Gentle walks, calf stretches, anything to keep blood flowing to those endangered nerves. Inspect your feet religiously every night. Use a mirror if you have to. And if you're feeling those ominous tingles creeping up your legs, that's not just discomfort. That's your body's final warning before the damage becomes permanent. Nighttime hypoglycemia. You wake up drenched in sweat, heart pounding, hands shaking, but there's no nightmare to blame. This is your body in full-blown panic mode, desperately trying to save you from a danger you didn't even know was there. Your blood sugar has plummeted to dangerous lows while you slept. This is hypoglycemia's sneak attack. When blood sugar crashes at night, your body releases emergency hormones like adrenaline to shock your system back to safety. The result? You jolt awake feeling like you've just run from a bear, trembling, confused, and drenched in cold sweat. Left untreated, these nighttime crashes can spiral into seizures or even unconsciousness. The terrifying part?
No. Protein och filateter enigbatumdi skyddate crucial kuluf och vår the team with this indivon your
blood sugar religiously before bed. If it's below 90, a small protein-rich snack can be the difference between rest and crisis. Consider a continuous glucose monitor that will sound the alarm before disaster strikes. Because when hypoglycemia attacks at night, it doesn't play fair. It strikes when you're defenseless. Insomnia. You lie in bed exhausted, but sleep won't come. Or worse, you drift off, only to wake up at 2 a.m. with your mind racing, unable to fall back asleep. This isn't regular insomnia. This is your blood sugar playing puppeteer with your sleep cycle. When glucose levels swing wildly at night, your body gets conflicting signals. High blood sugar keeps you buzzing with restless energy, while sudden drops trigger stress hormones that jolt you awake. Meanwhile, insulin resistance, the hallmark of diabetes, disrupts your natural circadian rhythms, tricking your brain into thinking it's daytime when it's actually 3 a.m. The cruel twist? The less you sleep, the worse your diabetes becomes. Sleep deprivation makes your body even more insulin resistant, which drives blood sugar higher, which makes sleep even harder to come by, a vicious cycle with no easy exit. Breaking free starts with ruthless routine, a consistent bedtime, no screens before bed, and careful blood sugar monitoring can help reclaim your nights. Because when diabetes takes your sleep, it's not just stealing your rest. It's stealing your health one sleepless night at a time. Acid reflux. You're lying in bed, trying to drift off when suddenly it hits. That searing acidic burn crawling up your throat. What should be a peaceful night turns into a battle against an invisible fire in your chest. But this isn't just ordinary heartburn. For people with diabetes, nighttime acid reflux often signals something more sinister happening. Beneath the surface, the real culprit? A condition called autonomic neuropathy, where prolonged high blood sugar damages the nerves controlling your digestive system. When these nerves malfunction, your stomach loses its ability to properly contract and empty food. Meals that should digest instead sit like lead weights, fermenting and building pressure until stomach acid gets violently forced back up your esophagus. What makes this especially dangerous is how it creates a vicious cycle. The reflux disrupts your sleep. Poor sleep worsens your blood sugar control, and uncontrolled diabetes further damages those digestive nerves. Even worse, when your digestion is this compromised, your body can't properly absorb medications or nutrients, making every aspect of diabetes management harder. To fight back, start by rethinking your evening routine. Ditch the spicy foods, caffeine, and alcohol, especially in those critical hours before bed. Make your last meal of the day light and early, finishing at least 3 hours before you lie down. When you do sleep, elevate the head of your bed, or use extra pillows to keep gravity working in your favor. And if the problem persists despite these changes, it's time to talk to your doctor. This isn't just discomfort. It's your body sounding an alarm about nerve damage that could be spreading. Nightmares. You jolt awake in a cold sweat, your heart pounding as the remnants of some terrifying dream still cling to your consciousness. These aren't just bad dreams. They're so vivid, so intense, they feel more like experiences than imagination. For people with diabetes, these nighttime horror shows often stem from something very real happening in your body. When blood sugar crashes too low or spikes too high during sleep, your brain gets thrown into chaos. A hypoglycemic episode triggers a flood of adrenaline, nature's alarm system, which can translate into dreams of being chased, falling, or facing mortal danger. On the flip side, high blood sugar can cause dehydration and electrolyte imbalances that distort normal brain activity, leading to bizarre, unsettling dreamscapes. The cruel irony? The very nightmares caused by these blood sugar swings then make it harder to get quality sleep, which in turn makes blood sugar harder to control the next day. It's a self-perpetuating cycle, where poor control breeds poor sleep, which breeds poorer control. Breaking this cycle requires a multi-pronged approach. Establish a calming pre-bed ritual, maybe gentle yoga, meditation, or reading something uplifting. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and strictly for sleep. Most importantly, if you're waking up from these vivid dreams drenched in sweat or with a racing heart, check your blood sugar immediately. Your nightmares might actually be your body's way of screaming for help. Nighttime high blood pressure. While healthy bodies see blood pressure naturally dip at night, giving your cardiovascular system much-needed rest, diabetes can turn this protective mechanism on its head. Instead of dropping, your blood pressure might stay stubbornly high or even spike dangerously while you sleep, and you'd never know it was happening. This phenomenon often traces back to damaged autonomic nerves, another casualty of prolonged high blood sugar. These nerves normally help regulate blood pressure around the clock, but when they're compromised, your body loses its ability to make those crucial nighttime adjustments. Even more alarming? These nocturnal blood pressure surges dramatically increase your risk of strokes, heart attacks, and kidney damage, all while you're completely unaware. The solution starts with awareness. Invest in a quality blood pressure monitor that can track your readings overnight. Pay special attention to your evening routines. That salty takeout dinner or late-night stress session could be setting the stage for dangerous pressure spikes. And if your numbers consistently stay high at night, don't ignore it. This isn't just a reading on a machine. It's a warning that your diabetes might be attacking your cardiovascular system while you sleep. 3. Heart palpitations. There's nothing more unsettling than being jolted awake by the sensation of your heart suddenly racing, fluttering, or skipping beats in your chest. These nighttime palpitations aren't just annoying. They're often your body's distress signal about serious imbalances brewing beneath the surface. For people with diabetes, these irregular heartbeats frequently stem from electrolyte disturbances caused by blood sugar fluctuations. When minerals like potassium, magnesium, and calcium get thrown out of balance, either from high blood sugar pulling fluids or from medications affecting kidney function, your heart's electrical system gets disrupted. The result? A frightening, solo performance right in your chest cavity at 2 a.m. What makes this especially dangerous is how palpitations can signal bigger problems. They might indicate your heart is straining under the pressure of uncontrolled diabetes, or that your nervous system has sustained damage from prolonged high blood sugar. Either way, it's not something to ignore. Start fighting back by keeping a detailed log of when these episodes occur and what you were doing beforehand. Check your blood sugar during these events. You might discover a pattern linking them to highs or lows, and if they keep happening, don't chalk it up to stress or caffeine. Your heart's erratic nighttime behavior could be the clearest warning. You get before something more serious develops. Point. Teeth grinding. You wake up with a sore jaw, a pounding headache, and your partner complaining about horrible grinding noises all night. Bruxism, the medical term for teeth grinding, is more than just an annoying habit. For people with diabetes, it's often a physical manifestation of internal chaos. When blood sugar drops too low at night, your body releases a flood of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This puts your entire system on high alert, causing muscles throughout your body, including your jaw, to tense up violently. The result? Hours of unconscious grinding that can crack teeth, cause migraines, and leave you exhausted despite a full night in bed. The long-term consequences go beyond dental bills. Chronic teeth grinding strains the temporomandibular joint, leads to chronic pain, and further disrupts sleep quality, which we know worsens diabetes control. It's another one of those vicious cycles where diabetes causes a problem that then makes diabetes harder to manage. Combat this by creating a strict wind-down routine before bed. Try gentle jaw stretches or warm compresses to relax the muscles. Most importantly, if you suspect nighttime lows might be triggering your grinding, experiment with a small protein-rich snack before bed and monitor your morning blood sugar. Your teeth and your partner will thank you. Morning headaches. Waking up should be refreshing, not painful. Yet for many with diabetes, mornings begin not with energy, but with pounding headaches that feel like a hangover without the fun of drinking. These morning headaches aren't just bad luck. They're often your brain's way of saying it survived a rough night. Several diabetes-related factors can trigger these headaches. Nocturnal hypoglycemia means your brain literally starved for fuel overnight. Sleep apnea, common in diabetes, leads to oxygen deprivation that causes vascular headaches. Even dehydration. From frequent nighttime urination can leave your brain shriveled and screaming in pain by morning. The solution requires detective work. Keep a detailed sleep journal tracking headaches alongside blood sugar readings, sleep quality, and other symptoms. Try adjusting your bedtime routine, maybe a small balanced snack if you suspect lows, or a wedge pillow if sleep apnea might be the culprit. And if the headaches persist, don't just reach for painkillers. These morning alarms could be signaling that your diabetes management needs serious adjustments. Diabetes doesn't clock out when you do. While you sleep, it's actively tampering with
nearly every system in your body, from your nerves to your heart to your very dreams. These 15 nighttime symptoms aren't just inconveniences. They're your body's desperate attempts to get your attention. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you
experienced any of these nighttime warnings? Drop your story in the comments below. Let's learn from each other.